Hi everyone, welcome on in. How y'all doing? Ah, tired, valid. So I know I already said in text, but thank you for the $20 donation, Connie. I appreciate it. It's always nice getting a little surprise support like that, and yes, it will be helpful. But welcome in, Connie, Mia, Anna. Have a good lurk. Copy and builder, and um, mo- mo- mimothic, entropy, moth, cricket whistle, everyone else.
Like that.
Sure, cute, huh? Interesting opinion. Thank you for the head pats. Okay. Thank you for the plucky. Oh, you want a real roar? Okay. I sound just like my voice recording. If it's almost feeling redundant. But yeah.
Mwah.
I started stream and my brain immediately deleted what I was going to say today. Yeah, but my Ryers are cute. Um, I was gonna work on my model today, but I feel like I don't know. We just did that on Friday, so I guess I'm gonna keep it on Fridays for a while, or maybe I'll do it on Wednesday. We'll see. Breaking news: Char sounds like Char. Yay! I'm glad that finally happened. I finally sound like me. Rawr.
Good dragon.
Thank you for the head pats.
Good dragon.
The IRL head pats.
Good dragon. Good dragon.
She's calling me a good dragon. Devastating news, really? Hi Ed, welcome on in.
Mwah.
What? Demu. Hey. Astrid. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Oh. Ah. I stayed up kind of late last night, so I'm a little tired, but not as tired as I was yesterday, thankfully. Yesterday, for some reason, I slept in until like 9 a.m. and then I went back to bed at 11 and slept until 1. So I did a lot of sleeping yesterday. Basically got nothing done other than rest, which is important, you know. Gotta have restums sometimes. You were up so late. Yeah, I guess because of all the napping I did yesterday, I ended up staying up late last night, which is valid, you know. And then oh, now I'm at Chibi. Hi. Uh Also, you seemed like you could use my presence, Orchid, so I was happy to stay up for you. And I was watching LZ's stream, of course, which ended up having some like interesting conversations in the first half. Slept in until 9. That's just called waking up at actually normal human hours. Okay, that used to be true for me. Now I usually wake up around 7. Something like that, just naturally. True, Orchid is cute. Thank you for the tea sip. I definitely need it today. Right. I swear there was something else I was going to talk about just on the tip of my tongue. Ah. Thanks for the break. Raindrop Rose. Hi. Good to see you over here. How you doing? Ketro, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. My name is Shar. I'm a dragon that makes 3D models. Rawr! Ah. Thank you for the plushie. How was your stream though? But I can't spell. Um There we go. Power Wash Simulator. Nice. Did you have a chill time with that? I should play that on stream sometime. I just recently tried it out, like, I guess not super recently, but played it for the first time this year. It's a pretty relaxing game. Thank you for the head pats. Hi, Leighton. How you doing? Fun fact, it is proven that students and employees work better and far happier and report lower levels of workplace stress when work times are after 9 a.m. I believe that. I don't think it's natural to like get yourself going so early. I used to have to wake up at 6 a.m. for one job I had. That was horrible. You're still waking up? That's so valid. That's so valid. It's real sleepy hours over here. I find as the snow melts, I get like extra sleepy. I don't know what it is about it. I'm excited for spring coming, but just the process of the weather shifting is like always really exhausting. I don't know. You know what I mean, right? Mm-mm. Gotta make sure we call everyone cute. Wow, copies over 1,000 cutes. Awesome. Deserved. Speaking of copy, I've worked on her a little bit. I've worked on her model a little bit off stream. Just doing a little bit more of the texture work. I feel like every texture I've made so far still requires another pass, like another do-over, but I'm just kind of like laying down the foundation of all the textures right now. We're almost done with that. I'm working on the swimsuit. Also, ow. And then we might also get into rigging soon. And like the facial rigging included. Rawr. So many fleshy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Rawr. I'm hopefully going to be able to finish this model this month. Cause that's the ultimate goal. Thank you for the head pats. And then we'll be able to focus on my model, the 3.0, which I'm still doing once a week. Ow. Thanks for all the bricks.
Mwah. Mwah.
Brain. I think you knocked all the rest of my sentence out of my head. Yeah, maybe we should just get into the art today, because I'm clearly not braining enough right now. There we go. since it's stored in the head most of the time. Yeah.
Cat.
Wrong button. Okay, so here's where I'm at with copy right now. I was just like putting the lines on the swimsuit. We gotta do some shading. Kind of represent some folds in it. What in the what? Going on with that artillery barrage? Do you mean like the multiple
Yoga ball
plushies at
time.
once? Oh gosh. Yoga ball. Okay. 1 second. Oh, I'm plushy now. Hi. And I'm on a yoga ball. Ah. Wah. Okay, yeah. Fun amount of progress here. I also textured the pants a little bit. I want to get a more detailed texture on here soon. And the shirt, some basic shading. Lab coat, I added some coloration for the slime that gets dragged on the bottom, and the patches. I added those. And then haven't done the belt yet, so we should get to that. Makes you so happy. I'm glad. The hair we fixed up a little bit off stream too as well. Finally got the edge of it trimmed down a little better. I still love how the hair texture came out. I'm starting to enjoy this style. Okay, so the question is, what do we start on first today? Could work on the swimsuit with the shading and stuff. Or I could get the belt started. We also need to put the little heart on her cheek. Hi, LZ. Oh, and apparently I need to compliment you immediately. LZ, you're a super incredible friend and really good streamer. And I'm proud of you for like opening up to chat and talking about what troubles you and making a plan on improving those struggles. Like that's like a super healthy way of going about things, you know? Like understanding your limits and comfort levels, but still having open communication about it and getting encouragement from others. You're doing really good. Thank you. You're welcome. So hi, Tier. Welcome on in. Alright, we're just deciding what to start working on first. I kind of want to add the little cheek heart. That'd be fun. So the way I textured the face, the UVs are symmetrical. So the little cheek heart will need to be its own separate little mesh. Kind of how I did the, like how I did the lab coat. Lab coat is symmetrical except for these plangs on it. It was very sweet, thank you. Hope your Monday is going well. You deserve it. And yeah, my Monday's going pretty good so far. I hope yours is too. Thank you for the tea sip, epic guy. So if we take this area of the cheek, which I'm still kind of like, why is this not? Hold on. Let me flatten that. Okay. Thank you for the lyric. Do I just need this area, or do I need more of it? Probably just that area. Maybe here too. Duplicate this. And separate by selection. Get rid of the mirror. Whoops. Wrong object. I wonder if I should just use empty space on this texture. Eh. Hi, Snowy. We're going in. Patches and hearts. Okay, let me edit that texture real quick. I'm gonna grab that heart next to it and make it on its own without the stitching and smaller. Looks great up close. Thank you. I'm doing my heckin' best with it. You know? I need a where I'm struggling now is the textures are so smooth. Well, that's funny because it's the textures I'm still struggling with. Because my modeling skills have gotten so good that now my standards for textures are higher, and I'm still working on that, to be honest. Okay, heart needs an outline, but otherwise, this is pretty decent. I think it goes right about there. Yeah, that seems about right. Oh, why is it getting distorted? Don't do that. Subdivision surface issues. Hmm. Oh, I see what that is. No? I don't know what's causing that. There we go. Alright, let me add an outline to that. Alright, little cheek heart. Yeah. Bigger outline, maybe. Close enough for now. Crypt, hi, welcome on in. Is this song from FTL? Yes, it is. I have FTL music mixed into this playlist. I'm still working on expanding this playlist so there's more variety. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to remake this part, I just realized. Because, I haven't done the facial blend shapes yet, so that's all gonna be different. But it's fine. We experimented, we got it down. I still need the face textures to be more exaggerated. I have like a very faint impression of things right now. But she looks soft at least. You love it even though you're bad at it? Same. Got a super distinct musical style, that's why you recognize it, right? It's so good. Okay, I was working on the swimsuit, so I guess we'll do that more. Let's see. Since I already laid down the lines. Actually, this is where I should have... LZ, what is that plugin called where you can easily do the layers? I keep forgetting to check that out. UCU paint. Okay. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Thank you. Drag and drop. There we go. Okay. No UCU paint node. Huh. Okay. So I had to make a new paint node for it. I wonder if I want to do this while I have the VRM Mtomb set up, or should I do it on its own? Okay, so it's gonna overwrite that, and then... Okay, got it. Alright, let me make a new material to do this on, to test this on. And we'll just... Guess we'll just use defaults for now. Or should I... What if I use emission so that I don't have to worry about shading and stuff in the viewport? Enable alpha. Here we go. Lo-fi vampire, yep. Usually you do it in its own thing, and then once it's baked / done, then you make a separate VRM material. That makes a lot of sense. We'll try it like that. So... Wait. Hold on. I'm getting myself confused. Okay. Layers? Is this where I'd put the image? Hi, Link. Because the color is just the color, right? Let me try layer. Open an image or open existing image? Swimsuit. There we go. Okay, yeah. And then if I made a separate... If I had thought to do this earlier, I would have made a separate layer for the lines. But I can do that currently for shading. Swimsuit shading. And now if I paint on that, And I can control the opacity and stuff. Let's see here. So I got that, and then I can... Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's very helpful. Yeah, and the blending as well. Hold on, let me try that. I don't know if this is the right spot. It seems to be. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. All this time I've been, like, learning it without that, which is probably a good thing. I got my fundamentals down. But now I can freaking do things the way I would do them. Kiri, hi! Welcome on in! Welcome, Raiders. My name is Shar. I am a dragon who does 3D models. Today we're working on copygirl's model. You may know her from Kiri's community. Hi. How was your stream? How did working on your Snexona go, Kiri? Right now I'm just figuring out new texture painting tools, which is pretty cool. It's going good. Got a lot of blend shapes in today, but they do still feel a little rough. Nah, that's fair. It can be hard to bring them up to that level. But the expressiveness is better and better. Yeah. It's really fun watching it to come together.
Pat.
Thank you for the head pats. Anyway, I'm sure you got a scoot, but everyone in my chat who doesn't know Kiri, please check her out. She's an extremely awesome and based streamer like myself who does Blender things and a whole bunch of stuff, actually. I mean, each new blend shape makes the model more smug. So it's becoming more like you. Good, excellent. Yeah, I saw a little of the smugness when I was in there. It's very good. Snick raid, yeah, let's go. Let me get this moved over so I can see it better. Okay. Right. I don't want grid lines right now. Actually, I changed my mind. I want that. I want those grid lines. Oh, I could work on this a bunch now. There's like a bunch of little details I can do. Right. 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 Why'd you call it out? Toes? Okay, someone else did. I wanted to see how long until someone mentioned it. That's still there, it is. I'll delete it now though, because my cover's been blown. How did you not see it? It's valid, still waking up. Whoa, what happened over here? Oh. Saw it earlier but didn't say anything. Notice, just assume it was there for sillies. It was. I put that up in my last co-working VC with I think it was in LZ's server. But yeah, it was just a little bit of silliness. Give it a T-sip. Hi, Rennie. Thank you for the follow. follows are anonymous here, but I'm very appreciative of your follow because I am nearly at 1,500 follows on Twitch. That's super cool. Thank you for the follow. That's like 2 to go. Exciting. Okay, we're starting to get some like better shading in here. Right? Right. Follow me now or else, gosh. And what do they win? One free RAR from me. I guess. Not that you don't hear that like every second of my stream. Rar! 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 Rar!
Mwah.
Rar! Rar! Oh my goodness. What have I unleashed? Rar! 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 Oh. Rar! Shoot. I forgot what setting I was on. I want that on. Rar! Thank you for the hearts. Oh my goodness. Oh no. No. The trans pride, it's coming for me. Ah! Oh no. Okay, that's entirely too many hearts. Oh my goodness.
Pet, pet, pet.
Yeah. Thank you for the head pats. Thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate it.
Mwah.
Eh. Oh, that came out looking a little weird. Too much highlight? I don't know. Eh. Thank you. That didn't work? Interesting. Rar! Rar. Okay. That's a good start for the swimsuit. I'm gonna be like my usual ADHD self and probably go between different tasks until I settle on something I can really lock in on. So now, how about we start the belt, maybe? I already marked the seams. So let's work on the UV map for these.
Compliment.
Oh, you want to compliment Anna? Anna, you're a really sweet person. And, it's really, really fun to see you, like, get into commissioning people for art and, like, get all these different varieties of your character. You started out with just being like a blood rose dryad, but then you became a wyvern and then a goat, and now you're planning others. It's really fun. Like you're sticking to a theme, but you're giving it so many different flavors, and I love that. Thank you for the sub, Cricket Whistle. Thank you. ADHD of fractions of thousand tasks until they're all done. Yeah, exactly. Eh. I think I've also learned this behavior, because if I focus in on one task a little too much, um, I might start like hyper analyzing the details a little too much and not looking at the overall picture. So it's good to give myself breaks from it. I was like, hi, Lay, welcome on in. Are you still streaming or are you wrapped up for the day? Yeah, I know you know what that's like, LZ. Oh, that's not even a mesh yet. Let's save a new iteration and then um convert that to a mesh. There we go. It's called overcooking in, and you have to tell Froggy not to do it all the time. Overcooking it, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely true. Although I even stop myself sometimes when I'm not like that far into it yet. I stop myself before it can happen, basically. Kind of don't like how many lines this has. Especially given the size of this object. See you later, Anna. Hope you feel better. And then you end up with one part that's more detailed than the rest, and you have a new problem. Yeah. You're eating carrots for dinner. You're excited. Froggy, you're amazing. Never change. You also gotta get a little rest. Sorry for missing part of copygirl modeling and stream. It's okay. My VOD's always there if you want to check out what happened later. Take care of yourself, okay, Copy? For why though? A little bit of weird shadow. It's fine, probably. Oh my gosh. The hearts. Right. 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 You love the half there quiet Sharars. So cute. Right. Okay. Right. 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 Why have I given you all these tools? Right. 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 Oh my goodness. Right. 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 Enlargement for chat. Right. Right. Because I love you and you love me. Right. 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 Yeah, true. Right. Thank you for the head pats, Elsie. Right. 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 My goodness. Right. 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 Rainbow hearts. Oh, rainbow trans pride. Right. Ah. Right. 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 Thank you. Right. 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 Why is it bowed like that? What part of this do I need to fix? Probably up here, actually. What? Thank you. Okay. Now if I unwrap these. That's better. Thank you for the tea sip. Sharping, hi. New Char redeem, rara rara. 100,000 polygons, haven't workshopped it past this. That's actually just what I do if I get a combination of the RR redeem and a RAR. Secret combo technique. Of course, there that is. Uh-huh, okay. Rada. There, are you happy? Not my best. Worth it? I'm glad. Okay, I already fixed the end of that one. So why is this one still weird? I guess it's not that weird. It's just a little wonky. Interesting. Okay. Let's unwrap these together. Put them down here. Compare it with that. And that right there. This area. That seems good. Maybe I want that bigger. The bag is an important detail. But I still need the strap, which is small, and the vials, which honestly would probably be on their own material. So yeah, hold on. Put this up here. And then this, just bigger. That seems pretty good. Thank you for the follow. Follows here are anonymous, but I really appreciate it. We're almost at the milestone of 1,500 follows. One more. Oh, and it's ad break now. Whoops. Time for me to go on my break, everyone. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, I'm back. And we did it. 1,500 followers. Thank you. To Cage Nightwind. Thank you. That's hype. I now have half the followers I have on Blue Sky. Yay! Thank you for the hearts. Alright. Back to what we were doing. Figuring out the UV map for all this. Oh, I made that kind of dense, didn't I? I guess that does contribute to it being really smooth, but still. There's probably a better way I could have done this. This is your third set of headphones you've tried. Most have just sounded bad. That sucks. I hope these ones work for you. Where are all the hearts? Can't believe you would test your headphones on my silly rars and such. Rar. That's good. Rar. I'm getting loved on so much today. What the heck? Oh, interesting. There we go. Better. Rare. Which side of this is, yeah. That can be smaller and out of the way. Also, I forgot this. What'd I forget? You know, all Vocaloid is dark is a running joke, but putting Gomenne in a compilation is on the actual Miku channel is still wild. That is fair, yeah. Oh, you just meant the head pats. Oh, thank you. These compilations are a little long. I kind of want to find a different solution for that. Like, I'm kind of ready to skip after this song because it's still got like 45 minutes left. And I want some of the other stuff on my playlist. Alright, I'm gonna skip now before I forget. Maybe I'll remove these from this playlist and save them elsewhere. Because, I'm trying to make this playlist something else. Let me see. I'll get rid of that one. And where are the other ones? I don't see them on the list right now. Because the whole list doesn't populate. Oh, I'm back to me. Hi. I glanced over and I'm like, whoa. I'm so much bigger. Well, it's all me, to be fair, but you know what I mean. Rare. Rare. Yeah, you have to go through the cycle. I believe the timer is 5 minutes, and then you'll be able to turn me into a chibi. That's just how I'm doing it now. Okay. I think that's pretty good. And you have a 1 in 1,000 chance to get ultra rare, ultra rare cow onesie shark. I was gonna put in a random chance for alternate fits. I just haven't got around to it yet. But you know how much I love my random chance stuff. Still bummed that store didn't have a cow onesie. It would have been perfect. Rawr. I'm not a cow. Moo. Rawr. Cow onesie on throne win. You know what? You have the power to suggest gifts on there. I suggest you use it. If I even have that on, I can't remember. You really like my model? Thank you. She's outdated, but still very me, I think. Oops, wrong corner. You love dragon ladies? Me too. We have so much in common. Outdated, the pretty dragon? Never. Corey, you know what I'm about. I'm trying to make my 3.0. Thank you for the hearts. Dinner done, back to your own business now. Have a good stream. Okay, Lay. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Hmm. It's hard for you to imagine me any other way than this model. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of you wouldn't know me any other way. You wouldn't be aware of the OG Char. Um which where did I put that? Oh, I think I have a copy of it over here just for just such occasions. No? Did I get rid of that? These are really old versions. Maybe this one. Oh, that's extremely old. Hold on. How did I find this and not the, goodness, okay. It wouldn't be this one, would it? It's closer. Extremely old though, very prototypey. Why did I have these in this folder but not like the most recently used one? Who the heck is that? Yeah, who is this? Who is this actually? Hmm. I have like lost track of my older model, which is kind of funny. Oh, here we go. Here's the folder for it. Let's just grab this and move it over to where it should be. Right into, and then I'll skip all the ones where the name is the same. Okay. Now what? That should be, there we go. Ow. There. Not much better, is it? Can you believe I streamed with this model for, like 2 years? Ah, thank you for the plushies. Yeah, the shading's kind of messed up. I really didn't know what I was doing with the shading at the time. It looked better in other programs, but still, wasn't too good. Yeah, small. This is my goober form. Very simple. It's Vroid with basically not much going for it. I just had the concept with the tail and the horns. Very goober indeed. Yeah, this is what a lot of people knew me as for a long time. And then of course I moved on. I made my 2.0 model, which was my first model that I made fully from scratch in Blender, which is this one here. Of course, this one has had a lot of iterations. Initially, it didn't even have the wings. I added those later. And now I'm much more, like, detailed and complex. The tail is a lot more fun. Whee! But yeah. This one feels like home. I'm glad you think so. But we're gonna be getting rid of it soon. 3.0 is coming. You excited for 3.0? Yay. Rare view of Char legs. Yes, I do have them. Big shoes to step in. Well, yeah, that's one thing I'll never change. I'll never wear shoes. Cause I am adamantly against shoes. Always looking respectfully. I see, I see. Okay. Your house has a weird coating on the floor that would turn your feet orange if you stand in them barefoot, so you had to settle for that doesn't sound like a very great living situation. Oh, you were supposed to do that respectfully? Oh. Uh-oh. Cora, did you mess up? Do you have to go to jail now? Here you go. Oh, wait, I missed you. No, that's you. Okay, I forgot you don't have a profile picture on Twitch. Oh, well. Insert Cora there, I guess. No, I knew what that was. But I can't imagine a home where you're not allowed to be barefoot. For me, shoes are only something you put on when you go outside. And I hope it stays that way. Are these actually... Oh. That is backwards for some reason. Flip that around. Wait, why is... Oh, I only had half of it selected. There we go. You never learn how to set one up. I'm sure it's in your account settings. That's fair though. Twitch's menus are notoriously difficult to navigate, especially as a streamer. My goodness. Alright, we're going back to texture painting. And now let's set this up. And we can add, probably don't need layers for this, but I'm still experimenting with the whole new plugin here. You couldn't jail yourself. That should be allowed. Maybe it just doesn't work with the @ you will let you'll let me step on you. Yeah? Is that how it works? You love when your projects get temporarily eaten by floating point errors. You love it when 0.167 has turned into 0.166999999570847. Yeah, that's always fun. It happens in Blender sometimes. Profile picture! Yay! Cora's real. Yes, a freebie. With the maid outfit. Yeah, you look great. Maid's good. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the tea sip. Well, of course, it's your art. You always look great. What's that? Ow. Thank you for the brick. Okay. A little bit of base color for the belt. A little bit of Mario Sunshine. Uh, weird little glitchy area. You will let that one go to your head. Good. Take the compliment. We encourage positivity about our own art here. There we go. There's a little bit of a belt. Kind of. Front of it should be brighter. Alright, that's pretty good. Should paint in the holes. Let's see. I kind of didn't leave enough resolution to make that look good. Whoops. Rawr! Rawr. Well, might be able to try a different method for that later. Just make that silver. Same with this and this, which that texture needs some work, honestly, but works for now. How you doing today, Mystic? I saw the trailer for it and I was like, this is weird. I don't think I would
1 second,
buy it,
chat.
but...
Minecraft music based, yeah. It's always some good music. Thank you for the lurk, Moth. Appreciate you. Okay, let me... let's do the fill bucket. And do slightly less on the bleed. So that's been a bit ridiculous. Could do even less than that. Okay. Got that all as one color. Oh. Go. Cool. Now, of course, I had to adjust the bag. Well,
the inside of it to be darker. All right. So I need to do a bunch of detailed shading on the bag. But all of the texture is placed down for the belt, the leather material. Could probably make the vials next. You have this little drawing pad thing. It's just a black panel that fills in when you write with a stylus and clears when you press the button. And it's obviously a kid's toy, but it makes for really shockingly good scratch paper. Ooh. It sounds, kind of reminds me of, I don't know, I had toys like that when I was a kid. Of course, there was the Etch-a-Sketch, but I never found that very nice to use because it had like two knobs. That is not intuitive at all. But there was this toy called a Magnamadoodle that let you uh it just used magnets, like little metal shards in like this grid underneath like a white like panel, and you'd have a magnet on the tip of a stylus, and you'd be able to like draw lines with the metal shards coming up and hitting the surface of the panel, and then a magnet underneath to erase. Very different, I'm sure, from what you're describing, but it made me think of that. Hi, Sky. Yeah, that sounds really handy, actually. Okay, let's do a little bit of rearranging here. And then, so this part's gonna be glass. This is gonna have 3 different materials on it, kind of funny. Similar idea, but it's kind of some pressure sensitive LCD or e-ink-esque thing in front of a rainbow gradient that comes through when that's really neat, actually. I think I would love having something like that. I'm just gonna make this on the belt texture for now, actually. Because I feel like I can get away with that. Oops. And then I guess the liquid, the slime would be pretty much opaque. So maybe that should be on its own material, actually. Hold on. Because I could just put those two together. Maybe. No, they'll have different properties. If I want it to look good. Let's just make the slime. Slime, and then it'll be this part, if I can grab it. Sign that. It's literally just called an LCD writing tablet, and a 4-pack of them is a heaping $9 on Wow. I know screens have become really cheap, but that's kind of neat. I might look into that. It seems like a fun little device to have around. Even if I don't really need more devices that need charging. Okay. Oh, it's just an integrated little watch battery? You don't think you can even replace it? But it's lasted a year so far. Interesting. Hmm. Forgot I had that already, but these need to be slightly less transparent. But I have glasses already, so I already had a glass material, but that's fine. Okay, they're gonna need a different matte cap, but those look like pretty nice vials with some slime inside. That's pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna go on another break. we did we got the textures for the belt down. We'll probably move on to something else when I come back. Just slowly getting more things put together. I might take a texturing break and do some rigging or something. We'll see. Oh, I think I still need to make the inside of her mouth, too. I always forget that part. Okay, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you all soon. Alright, I'm back. Finished your food, busted some move on Yu-Gi-Oh! And have Char on the big screen. Or in the background. You're gonna start co-working. Nice. Okay. Welcome back, thank you. Alright, what do I want to work on now? What are we working on? Co-working now too? Yay! Good, good. Let's, do I want to start rigging everything, or do I want to... Because the textures still need work, obviously. But, you know what I said earlier about my ADHD today? What if we, fixed up the mouth? Because, that's currently nothing. Let's see. The ADHD is healthy, everything gets worked on, and it prevents over-detailing any one area. Exactly. That's important. Okay, how do I... I don't want to be on this anymore. There we go. Less saturation with that. So we need teeth and a tongue. Something I always fail to prioritize for some reason. So why did that not get colored correctly? Lily, thank you for subbing. 10 months now, wow. That's, time flies a scary amount. How you doing? You were awake for 23 hours yesterday. My goodness. That's a little bit of time. Or you guessed today. Yeah. Alright. Do I want to bring teeth in from another model? Because I hate modeling the teeth, honestly. It's not that difficult. It's just kind of... How am I? I'm doing okay. We're just trying to get some stuff done here. This is the first model I've been late on, technically. Not that the client cares, but I care. So now I'm like... trying to get back in the game, I guess. Thank you for the head pats. Life gets in the way sometimes, can't help that, yeah. Take your time, love your art. I try. But, you know, it's difficult when you rely on your art to survive. I'm the classic, starving artist trope, except I'm not starving. But that's only because I'm diligent. Nah, I can afford to relax a little bit, but still. No, you're good. It's important to remember. Hi, Zoe. Cute shork indeed. Yes, yes. How be the people? We are existing. Ah. Oh, why'd you get jailed? Must be because you're also cute. Okay, these can exist on the body texture, I believe. Maybe over here. What am I actually dealing with? Why can I not move that? In here with the gay shark. Wow. Me too. I'm also gay. They've been in there several times today. Thank you for making it another. Wait, how'd that happen? Is that the texture? That's confusing. I somehow applied that to the wrong texture earlier. Yeah, that makes sense. Can I disregard this? No, it's not gonna let me. Of course not. I somehow got saved like that. Why? Why is it like this? Suppose I'm fortunate that, I didn't do any detail work there yet. But that's kind of annoying. Okay. Back to what I was working on. A ton. I need reference colors. I can never. I don't. As an artist, I don't have a good sense of what colors I should pick. I'm not a very good color picker. I mean, I am. I pick colors from everything. But I use the actual color picker. Because I'm bad at anything else. Ah. You could pick you. You're. Corey, what does this mean? What did Corey mean by that? Okay, fair enough, yeah. It simply means that you're a color and you want uppies, right? Nothing about me picking you up on like a date or something related. Couldn't be that. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Follows are anonymous, but if you say hi in chat, I will say hi to you. Just casually burying you. That's what I do. Pancake? No. King Pancake Goblin. Hi. Welcome on in. I may have a little bit of dyslexia, or at the very least, I get tongue-tied. Yay, thank you. You've ensured that, I will stay at the goal. We reached it just a bit ago. But, you know, there's always a chance someone will unfollow, so thank you for being, 1501. Pancake is fine, thank you. Oh, I painted the whole top of that without getting the bottom of it the same. Thank you for the T-step. Yeah, I'm currently working on texturing. I've been going between a bunch of different parts of this model. Right now, obviously, the tongue. Oops. I hate it when it does that. Okay, let's get this smoothed. Okay, that's better. There's another long compilation for me to remove for now. That's cool as fuck. You dabbled with 3D stuff and it made your head hurt. You stick with 2D doodling. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm really not that great at 2D, but 3D works in my head just fine. I've been doing this for a number of years. You love that about creative people? Same. We all have our strengths.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Ah! Thanks for the plushies. And thanks for checking in. Chuckling bird. Okay, now she needs teeth, and then we can start adding facial blend shapes whenever. Of course, we don't even have her rigged to the skeleton yet either. I think the body technically is, because I imported that. Yeah. Partially. Alright, I made sure the shirt was too. Part of the pants. Okay, so this is like half-baked rigging. We'll get to that more in a bit. If you ever want help doodling while co-working, you can offer a hand. Oh, I appreciate that. I think whenever I try to draw in 2D, I'm just a little too rigid and a little unsure of myself, I guess you could say. Also, I never found the tools to help me with it. I had a graphics tablet for a while, but I ended up selling it because I just never could use it properly. Okay, where am I getting the teeth from as a base? Because I don't really need to reinvent the wheel every time. Let's take from Crystal's model, maybe? Jen's model? I can't remember how these looked. You still always to put it on your throat. Right. Right. We can forget about that, right? Alright, open up. Where's jaw open? Oh, these are, yeah, that makes sense. These are teeth with fangs in them. Although I can change that easily. Very simple teeth otherwise. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just go for like a simple like horseshoe shape. You know? Let's separate this. Okay, back over to copy. It's another one of this playlists again. No, no, it's not. It's just lo-fi. Very convenient for the embarrasser. What do you mean? What do you mean by this? Listen, I just know where my strengths lie. Oh, I have another dragon here next to me.
She's trailing at me. What do I do, chat?
It's almost time for me to do the thing. But you dropped this in the kitchen again.
Ah! She bit me. Goodness. Okay, why are... Oh, I copied that from open and not close. Wait. Oh, there we go. I wonder if having the blend shapes with this already will help. One could hope. Give pets, give bites. Yeah. She already ran away, otherwise I'd give pets. Oh, I said I was embarrassed to... Why do you remember these things, Cora? That's kind of true. I'm mostly just, I'm hard on myself, and if I do something like that, I'm like, well, I don't deserve to have, I don't deserve to have that thing now, right? That's how I treat myself. Cora does remember a lot. It's impressive. Never say anything on stream that I don't want chat remember. Yeah. Evidently. Okay, we got teeth in there. Maybe it wasn't the right time for me to be able to utilize the tablet before, you know? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, let's start rigging some things that we're missing here. Which is basically everything right here. Except for the head and the eyes themselves. You got a previous tablet that you didn't get a lot of use for a long time. Eventually it got cheaper, larger screen one, and it's been a lot more useful in different ways. I was thinking one with a screen on it probably would be more effective for me. But you know, I don't remember being very good with art even when I attempted on paper. Of course, I just had like particularities with how how traditional art goes with like I couldn't erase perfectly when I made mistakes and it got me very frustrated. So digital art is obviously better on that degree. I'd show off some of my digital art, but it's been so long since I've really created anything. It's kind of cringe what I do have. Well, and a lot of what I've drawn is just traced stuff because I was trying to like build the skills for it, you know? Screen made a huge difference for Blender too, honestly. like this texturing level of work feels better. That is one thing that's a really good thing I can use to give myself an excuse. I could use the tablet in Blender and it might up my game. I could call that a work expense. And honestly, it might be really good. So I should probably think about that. I need recommendations though. I don't know what's out there tablet wise. Being able to erase perfectly was huge for us when you switched to digital art. Yeah, I think it absolutely would. Cora, what? Also, undo goes crazy. Yeah, undo do go crazy. Cora wants dragon above them. Clearly. In skill. Yeah. Is that what we're talking about here? I want those to be on individual eye bones, actually. So let's do that. Yes, this whole time I'm doing my texturing with mouse and keyboard. You got it. Back from your walk. Welcome back, Layton. You never used the buttons on your tablet, to be honest. I never really used mine either, except for I did map undo and redo to one or to two of the buttons. That's useful. But yeah, all this texturing work you see here, just used with my mouse. And the way I do that is just like carefully selecting and masking what I do and don't want to paint. And then it's an easy matter of just like getting the general area with a soft brush or blurring things. I kind of have a lot of roundabout methods. You could map undo, but you feel like it's more continuing drawing and then going. Yeah. I don't have a very steady hand to begin with. Plus, I have arthritis. So that's another fear I have with having a tablet is like, how bad will my hand hurt? Will it even be steady? What could I even do with it? How far can I go? Okay, a lot more of that is mapped now. Even the eyebrows, I didn't realize I did those. Now we need the hair, but those need their own bones. Doesn't my hand hurt anyway with the mouse? Yes. And that is why I only stream for 3 hours typically. But no, the actual answer is that the mouse is a large thing that my fingers can rest around, and it ends up being a lot less painful than the little stylus that I would have to pinch. I also can't do handwriting very well. It's always been difficult for me. My fingers hurt very quickly when I'm holding something like a pen. Hi, Vexed. Oops. It's a pretty good reason to not use a stylus. Yeah, I guess that's a reason I should have brought up earlier. I'll admit something, chat. I like to pretend I don't have a disability. I shove those reasons down as excuses. I typically don't bring them up because I feel like they will be perceived as excuses. So I try to rationalize and come up with other reasons of why I can't do a thing or why I'm nervous to do a thing. But in actuality, I do have a lot of limitations based on my disability. And give me the head pats. Yeah, that's a fair point, Cricket Whistle. Maybe that's why I've been so resistant to the idea. Beat me this time. You think a lot of people prefer to act like they don't have a disability. You don't have a physical disability, but you used to, to do your best to cover your chronic depression/anxiety. You're medicated for it now, even though it was exhausting you. Mm-mm. Yeah, I am getting by without one. I make it work. It's taken me a long time to like figure out what works for me. But I think I am doing pretty well. If you really insist, chat, there's probably other streaming related stuff I could request from you on Throne. However, I'm not going to push that until I move. Because, you know, if Throne decides to delay anything, I might actually miss my package. um, yeah, I don't know when I'm moving at this point. There's been a lot of delays. It's been very frustrating for us. But I'm just kind of like holding by on that stuff for now. Used to tell used to no tell work about health issues. If they weren't going to hire you for that, might as well lie. And then you had a shit time there, but you needed money. Yeah, Cora, I get that. I used to push through. I back when I worked. Thank you for the T-step. Back when I worked, I used to always ask for part-time hours. Everyone else, all of my peers, you know, they're like, please give me full time. I need those benefits. I need those hours. I need that money. I was the only one at every job that was asking for less hours. And I always gave, vague and kind of bullshit reasons why. But usually my boss didn't ask. They just tried their best to accommodate. I was working retail anyway, so part-time is usually what they had to offer anyway. But the reality of it is I can't handle more than 20 hours of work a week. That's just pushing past my limits if I try. And I've always just like never really told anyone that. It's hard. It's really hard to not only is it hard to admit that you might need accommodations, but it's also hard to actually get them. Especially in the US. It's a very undersupported side of our like short of like actually going through um legal means to get what you're entitled. A lot of people a lot of companies do not really go very far to be accommodating. You don't think many companies are going to ask too many questions when a person is demanding you don't give them health insurance and the like. I mean, that's true. I didn't have to, it's not like I had to fight for part time hours. It's just, it was funny to me because my other coworkers who were part time along with me would be asking for more hours, like anything they could give. I'd be asking for less. I never could relate to my coworkers very well. Of course, that was for a multitude of reasons. Back when I worked, I wasn't out as a trans woman, so you can imagine I was kind of closed off. I was just doing what I thought I had to. He somehow managed to work for almost 13 years straight with multiple undiagnosed physical and mental disabilities and ended up having multiple mental breakdowns in the later years. Doing much better now, though. Though no job yet. Still don't know how you got through it. Sky, that's very relatable. Um, to be honest with you, I didn't know I was disabled either. I mean, I knew I had chronic conditions. Like, my Crohn's disease was diagnosed way back when I was a teenager. Uh, so that one's one I knew I had, and I did kind of like use that as an excuse for myself. A valid excuse. Here's the thing though, like, I, um, most doctors don't call that a disability. Like, Crohn's disease. They, they consider that because it can be medicated and treated, that I should be able to work. Thing is, though, the medication has never made me 100% okay. I've always been affected by Crohn's disease, and it affects a lot. It's horrible. And then, of course, in recent years, arthritis branched out from that. And I started discovering all of the mental disabilities I have, too. I found out I was neurodivergent. I found out, um, I have a lot of trauma. Probably, CPTSD as well. There's a lot going on that I didn't know when I was working. I just pushed through a lot until I started having breakdowns at work, until I started dissociating so heavily that I didn't even feel like I was me. I felt like another person. Of course, that started leading into exploring plurality. Um, but the dissociation was bad. I got to advanced levels of just like escaping my own brain and got to depersonalization slash derealization, which is probably the worst mental experience I've ever dealt with in my life. Um, really crazy stuff, honestly. Let me postpone the ads a little bit. Where's my stream manager? Oh, it was over there. Snooze those ads. I think you just figured you can get up in the morning and work for 8 hours, so we must be fine. Yeah. I I always told myself everyone must go through this, right? No one likes work. Everyone deals with a little bit of pain. I've seen coworkers take Tylenol and stuff. They all deal with this, right? It took me a long time to realize just how abnormal my struggle was. Something you need to kick some doctors in the shins. Because there's a lot of money behind making sure they don't think that. Yeah. Despite struggling to maintain literally anything outside of work. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Like, I just assumed people didn't have lives outside of work because a lot of my coworkers, what I knew of them, that was true, actually. Work-life balance, I assumed that was a long forgotten idea. But it turns out it turns out regular people just have more energy than me, and they can do both. Can't remember the first 7 years of your life at all, apart from a few core memories, and you kind of figure that's normal. It's not. I thought that was normal too. Sky, the same for me. A few core memories. That's it. Oh gosh. It sounds like we could relate on a lot. It's yeah, it's not normal. A lot of people remember really early years. Also, they have a clearer picture of their whole childhood. Uh Apparently childhood memories are something you typically should be able to hang on to pretty well. Granted, it's not like perfect memory, but with as few memories as we typically have, it usually relates to trauma, childhood trauma, and like just a lot of negative conditions, mental health and physical that can lead to that sort of thing. It's basically blocked out memories. Can't say in regards to work because you didn't have an actual job, at least for uni though you struggled a whole lot in the ways it was looking back. It is not everyone working against. Yeah, I did go to college for a while. um I completed a 2-year program in 5 years. The first year was very difficult for me, and then I decided to change majors. But the entire time I did college part time because just like work, I knew early on I couldn't handle full time. I didn't understand how people did that. And I assumed I was just kind of lazy. I thought it was my upbringing because I was homeschooled. I thought I wasn't raised to have what it takes. It turns out I just intuitively knew that my limits weren't there. We just have about prior to 11, middle school was hazy. It's almost like we spawned at age 14. Even my teenage years are mostly lost to me, to be honest. I have a few core memories from then too. Probably more than a few. It's hard to place a lot of my memories. I don't know about you, but I have core memories, but I can't really place what age they're from very easily. I could say, okay, that one was definitely childhood. This one was definitely teenage years, but what age? I don't know. I don't have things like grades to help me place that either, because again, I was homeschooled. um, yeah, it's usually like small bits and pieces as your brains start developing, but solid memories can form in a 3 to 4 depending. And there are some levels of forgetting as normal, full on nothing as much, especially if there was. Yeah. Yeah. It's a blur for sure. Also, ow. Thank you for the bricks. My goodness. In the past, in general, is pretty spotty since ADHD components or compounds memory issues with DID for you. That makes a lot of sense. ADHD makes a lot of sense being a component of this. And I'm learning more about my own plurality, so that makes sense too. Hi, Cereza, welcome on in. Ow. Hi, Lulu. Yeah. We're talking about not remembering our childhoods and also forcing ourselves through work before realizing how disabled we were. Sorry to everyone that dropped that truth nuke about childhood memory. Yeah, no, it's okay. I think for the most part, it's good that people know that they may have something to unpack there at some point. You don't remember your childhood because of trauma. Yay! Yeah, relatable, Cereza. I used to try to keep a journal. I can't do that anymore. Managed to do it for a few years. Don't worry, you know you got a lot to unpack. Such a mood. You call it your memory hole. It's thoroughly unpacked for us, but that won't unforget things. Yeah. Glad you've been working on yourself, though. You memory hold a lot. I'm beginning to understand just how much I suppress my memories. And in fact, on the plural side of things, I don't even think I was the original host. That's someone else in my system. They have an easier time accessing my memories. That's why we think that. Like, I remember specific bad times that you can place from 4 to 5, for example. Aww. Even having generally what you thought was a bad memory growing up. But everyone's brain condenses and processes things differently. I have a few very bad memories, but I think, mostly have a collection of the good moments. The thing about that, though, is my good memories were kind of few and far between. There was a lot of dead space in my childhood, from what I know. Really not a lot of exciting things happening. My days tend to blur together. I was understimulated, undersocialized. Yeah. The bad times are what mostly commonly become flashback memories. I see. Hi, Flora. Flora, cute. We're wrapping up. We just ended up talking about some interesting things. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate talking like this. It's nice. This is the kind of thing I see happen a lot on LZ's stream, for example. Just talking about life stuff. I like doing that too. Maybe we should do a VR chat trauma bonding hangout sometime. That'd be nice. I don't have a VR headset anymore, but I'd still join for that. I had to call you cute. It's necessary, even though the ads are rolling. I'm snoozing the ads. You shouldn't be getting ads yet. Although I just used my last snooze, so we should probably wrap up. Well, that's relatable. You think you went to somebody's house, just had someone over that weren't related, and have a dozen times. Doctors recommended calling Shark cute 3 to 5 times a day. It's good for your health. VR chat has a desktop mode. Yeah, I know. It always makes me just wish I was in VR, but I know I can join things with that. Yeah. Got 30 seconds when you popped in? Aw. That's not supposed to happen. Sure cute, right? Alright, well, I'm gonna find someone to raid out to, and I think I have a good idea. Right? 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 Yeah, let's raid out to, Pixel.